What a way for us to wrap up the news by giving you the latest update on what really is happening in relation to the numbers, all the statistics on the coronavirus infection. And currently, the worldwide figure is some 470,000. We'll go through the countries, at least singly. Before we do that, though, the fatality so far, 21,000 in excess. And then seem to be some glimmer of hope. Out of this 470,000, we do have at least 110,000 of them, or even 114,000 of them recovering, and we're hoping that these numbers could inch up, but then in space is just 1/4 of the worldwide figures. So far, currently infected active cases, we do have 335,000 worldwide, and 14,000 of them, just forming about 4%, are in critical condition. But if you get to monitor the news, it shows that even some of the topmost personalities, rulers or political elite of the world seem to be among the 14,000, so to speak. But those who seem to have some moderate to mild conditions from about 96,000, and that translates to about 321,000 in the numbers. Okay, now let's just take you to country. Let's go up and look at some of the country figures, and this is where you get to know which country is still leading. China seem to have recovered so well. The number of new cases just reducing by the day. Yes, as at yesterday, 24 hours ago, it was around 48 or so. They just recorded about 67 plus cases, and so they're not recording many new cases. So too are they not recording new deaths in the numbers that were commensurate to the situation in January and February. And that's good news for China because it's enabled China to be able to donate as well as export, if not assist with its personnel who had been at the front line of the viral infection, to be able to help other related countries like Italy, which has a case of some 74,000. It keeps rising because the fatalities are high there. The United States of America now is a very big concern for the Trump administration. The numbers are increasing. There's a lockdown for New York, at least when it comes to movement out of the state. And the numbers that the United States of America is recording is in excess of some 68,000. This is real-time data. The concern for the administration of Trump is that the new cases also keep rising, even though the fatalities seem to be reducing. So we have 278 new cases, but this is better than what it used to be, even though we've had at least 1,000 deaths so far recorded. But among all these cases of some 68,000, only 394 have totally recovered, because we do know those in serious condition are just around 1,400 as well. But this seems to have overwhelmed the country. But other parts of the world, the topmost countries also tend to form the G20, so to speak, and they are currently meeting today to make sure that they find some resolution, some critical effort that will be put together to make sure that that is done. And Spain, Germany, France, Switzerland, sandwich in between them we have Iran, of course, which is not part of the G20 logically, and Iran has recorded 27,000. Now this situation is better than what it used to be some few weeks ago, and they have had some help, I mean Iran, from China as well. And if you come to the UK, they have total cases of some just 9,529. Even for the Boris Johnson administration, there's a big concern for them, and that is why in part of central London, part of the extensive outlets of the metropolitan area of London, they've been able to put in place measures to make sure that they are able to control the movement of people and keep the education going, just like we're doing in Ghana about cluster meetings, people meeting together, etc. Let's try and move up and see which other countries. Let's move up. And so if we stop here, you get to find that from the top to about 2030, there are countries in Europe And even the developed ones, or the top most developed ones in Latin America, seem to be have been affected. So we have Austria, Belgium, Canada, Norway, Portugal, Australia, Sweden, Turkey, all affected. Brazil is also affected, and Israel. That speaks volumes about the type of cases that are being recorded in the world. Well, we'll give you more updates about the Ghana situation. We'll do that all next, but we have to review a couple of the newspapers we do have in the studio. Again, make sure that you use your sanitizers and always do what you have to do right by way of checking yourself, monitoring your temperature, and if you feel that you have also been exposed to somebody who could have been infected, etc., make sure you get the critical medical assistance. But in the meantime, we have to take a break. When we come back, myself and Mama View Sobwaje will give you the latest update on publications in the dailies. Do stay on.